And welcome to my YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you keep your social distance, wash your hands, and wear a mask. I had a neighbor that came on over not wearing a mask and told me to go fly a kite. Okay? Because she wanted to turn around and talk to my mother 4 feet away, and I obviously got upset about it. I called the police on her. It comes under the trespassing law. You don't like it, you know, you don't have somebody tell you what to do on for your safety, for your loved ones. Okay, so listen, you stand your ground, you do what you can. If you don't have things work out, whatnot, guess just document everything and have it done. You know, it's pretty sick. People just have a blockhead. Anyway, this is not a blockhead. This all happens to be about Leonardo da Vinci. My heart and body, mind, and soul, and every bit of my income has gone into this older Mona Lisa that so happens to be right here. Now, this is the younger Mona Lisa. Now, I'm going to show you in the image that is behind us, and I'm going to zip out, that here in this general area is going to be the Salii, S-A-L-A-I. That is microscopic in this area. And this is an X-ray. This is his face. This is his doily right here. Here's his doily. And that's what it's written across. Now, I got something to show you in this particular one that is going to be in the Mona Lisa. And in the Mona Lisa is right here flipped. Okay, it is flipped. You can see her eyes, and it so happens to be here, upside down. Okay, now in this particular area, when I take my image that we're talking about and I overlay it, you're going to see the Statue of Liberty guy. You're going to see the Statue of Liberty guy actually match up here. Now, I moved it for several reasons for right now, because Leo makes his paintings move. So if you actually see this Salii writing, you'll see this S right here in kind of a lavender reddish, and it spells out Salii right here. Now it gets really good too, because if you take a look, you see this V here in black, and you'll see this A here. This is the V, this is the A. So when you put those over the top in the proper area when he moves his work, right there, you have another 100%, because Leo makes his works move. If you look at the snake with the ear, this is called the snake, and it turns into a big V. I've showed it in many other YouTubes. It actually, you can see these little black perforated lines of the face. I don't know how well it's coming out on YouTube, but let me show you also that this guy, when you shift him and you move him on up, and this is what I call the hymen, which is the gay revolution of Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, and you take them and you put them right over the other gay revolution. See this spear like a rocket? This so happens to be a Statue of Liberty. Let's pay attention to the rocket. Goes right over the other rocket, and there he is, right there in a darker burgundy with the blue, with a smiling face. Smiling face. There he is, obviously in a different color, but that's Leo. He transes his work. If you really wanted to see how he does this, in a sense, okay, you see how this is a V, big arrow. Okay, it actually, here's the V, but he shifts the V into here, and he shifts the V into here, and he continues. You could even see part of the V here for sure. and he gives this collar. You see this kind of like flip collar. It cuts off here and does collar. Cuts off a little bit here, and you got half the collar. Half the collar, half all the collar. Some of his works come out. Now when you also put this up here, and you get the image of the missile, you can see the Statue of Liberty right here. Now the Statue of Liberty with this circle, it has the aurora of the crown. So I put it back up and I hold it right here. You pull it back down, and his work is extremely difficult to see, but it's right there, and you can see the circle of the aurora. I will do my best to veer in right there for you, but that is Leo for you. Extremely difficult to put up with. Okay, the aurora is right here. Okay, and he moves it. You can see it here. You can see it here in the circles. You can see it here. So he shifts his work. And the reason, again, I'm going to give you an example. Excuse me, it's a little tight. Okay. When I'll just give you an example real quick. When you put the Mona up and you move it across, it moves across the room. It moves across his works. If you take a look at this Sali writing, right underneath, you see the Sali again written out, and you can see it fainting in here. Here's the A, here's the L. Okay, then he has these inner words like another A and something to do with like an R and an E and an F and a 3. And then if you look in here, you're going to find the same thing written across with his works. 99.9%. Problem is I don't have a very good image of the Mona Lisa to bring it out. And not only that, even in my own images, it's very difficult. You know that there's a substance that are within the writing. So what you're doing is reading somebody else's work that's been printed over and over probably 200 times over the top of the writing of Sali. If you take a look at this elephant with a man, this has a top hat with a man and this elephant with a tuba, you're only going to find a portion of him because again he does it in invisible ink. And so you would see how he is here and how he fits in the empty hole. See how this is? So his body cuts across here. It doesn't show the top half, but the top half is in a different color, and you can see the person. You can see the person. Okay? You can't see this guy too much, just faintly right here. Okay? So when you do get into this, also there's one other thing. When you go to put this back into here and you lay them up, I'm going to lay them up, you're going to see something that is very difficult. You see this line that comes across in V's in here? Okay, that's very important that you watch that. See this? Now, if you see the underlayment, you'll see the same thing in the same V. So what we have already come across is the same writing as an A, as a V, as a Sali, as another big V as a portion of the man, a portion of the man, the missile looking hymn man with the top hat, and then you also have the Statue of Liberty that was here. I guarantee also don't forget that we had the snake. So these are not things I've altered. None of this stuff is I altered in any way. So to let you know that I've done my very best, let me show you what this looks like. Okay, this is the X-ray of the Midion the greatest duet painting on the planet. It is a diary of his entire life. Okay, that is a fact. This was pitched because he pitches his works, and that is the Mona Lisa that is flipped upside down, and we were working in this particular area, and that's the way Leo does. I'm only the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Now, there's also one other thing I wanted to show you, which I always say, but it always seems to be I come up with something else. But you see, that's the X-ray that's inside mine. But also, there's another better X-ray that's floating in here. That is the green one that here it is, that I've discussed before. Here is the X-ray that is in the median of the Mona Lisa. Okay, the Mona Lisa. This is the Mona Lisa at another age. He loved her. He painted her till the day he died. Okay. Also, for the other images of well over 800 YouTubes, you'll also see that this particular image, how it V's here and goes down, is Mary. And if you take a look at my man, click your picture, do whatever you need to, you'll see that this man is the twin to Jesus Christ. And if you follow this woman that he is serenading, he is also proposing to her. And in my X-rays, I showed you his finger, when you get deep into it, he's holding a ring. He loves this woman so much. Now, there's a lot of sexual innuendos in here, a lot. And I don't want to really get into it, but there's so much stuff in here that actually I don't want to get into. Okay, but in the long run, you had a real physical life with Leonardo da Vinci and the Mona Lisa and the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper and Jesus Christ and Mary and Madonna, and it goes on and on. Lady with an ermine, La Bella Principessa. I have La Bella Principessa carved into the wood of the bench. And if you go and you get some documentaries and you get into it, they say that the Mona happens to be right there holding a blanket. I showed you that before too. There is probably nearly almost 5,000 micro images now, and probably 900 YouTubes actually. Okay, I have stopped counted really. I just say 800 and 4,000 because it's definitely way beyond that now. And with that, please remember, somebody gives your family a hard time, just call the police, tell them what's going on, let them work it out. And you know, what is it that you can't wear a mask? Okay? Why can't you wash your hands? Okay? And don't forget, social distance. You know, be kind to people's wishes. There's nothing wrong with, you know, respecting somebody's health, or maybe they're sicker, or maybe you're the carrier and you're going to give it to them, or maybe they're the carrier and they're going to give it to you. You don't know. We don't know this disease. Okay. Also, somebody needs to check in on Singapore. How come Singapore gets sick people and no deaths? And it gets a little bit wilder. How come Russia says they got the cure and they got 150 people getting infected every day? I don't understand that one. And how come we have a shot called MMR or MRA, which is supposed to be a pill? I mean, a shot that takes care of measles or something when you inoculate the children for school. And it's supposed to take 98%. This is all hearsay of the cure. And what my thought was today, wait a minute, children don't get it that often. Is it because they gotten that shot at school and so they are stronger and more immune to it? Somebody, please, that has power and authority, take my words, mix them up, and analyze them and see if there's any merit to it. And if there is, okay, great. I'm in it for everybody too. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'm the kind of guy that will speak from the heart and speak for the truth. And you know, this is passion of love. I need your subscriptions. It doesn't cost a dime to subscribe. Thumbs up and notification bell. I hope you love it. I apologize for my over enthusiasm, but then again, you know, that's great to be enthused. So with that, remember, I have Sali, which Sali is the man who lived with Leonardo da Vinci till 1518, and I have Melzi Francesca, and I have all the models in which he so happens. There's not a piece of artwork that I have not seen in my painting. Check out my YouTubes. I can use your help. Put in the subscriptions. Somehow notify me. Do a YouTube to get a hold of me. I got plenty of info in there for you to contact me. Okay, and with that, I wish to say, may God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. And don't forget, subscribe, social distance, wash your hands, wear a mask. In Jesus' name, amen.